evening, everyone, and welcome to Charles Tyer Stadium in Floydada, where tonight it's homecoming 2021 for Floydada Collegiate Independent School District as they entertain the Smyer Bobcats in the third game of the season. Both the Floydada Whirlwinds and the Smyer Bobcats come into tonight's ball game looking for their first wins of the season. Hello, everybody. This is Nick Long along with Randall Sims, and we welcome you into another warm Friday evening as currently it is 93 degrees in Floydada and pretty much crystal blue clear skies are above us. And Randall, we got two ball clubs here playing on Floydada's homecoming, and without a doubt one thing, and not every week it's like this, but definitely these two ball clubs are hungry for a victory.
They are hungry for a victory, Nick, as Smyer comes in tonight's game. They're 0-2. Is that correct? Yes, 0-2 coming into tonight's game. The series record, the only time these two teams have ever played was last year. Smyer come away with that victory, 22-14. And we enter tonight in the 1,030th game in the history of the Floydada Whirlwinds, plus or minus. That's not completely official. That's by my records. In the 105th season, and Floydada 0-2 record on the season. Last year, Smyer won 22-14 over the Whirlwinds. Last season, Floydada finished the season 2-8, Smyer 8-3, and earned a playoff berth.
They made it to the second round of the playoffs before they were eliminated by the Stratford Elks, and it was the first time, Randall, that Smyer had won a district championship in football since the mid-90s, and they had a pretty senior Latin ball club this time a year ago with 13 seniors. And talking to Coach Scott Funky of the Smyer Bobcats, two of those players are playing small college football at this time, and he said that's almost unheard of in a school the size of Smyer.
Smyer is a small school. I remember whenever I was in college going to Levelland, driving over to watch Smyer play six-man ball, and they were they ran deep in the playoffs a couple of times. And one of the games I went over to watch, the starting quarterback got pulled from the game, got frustrated, walked off at halftime, threw his shoulder pads on the ground, walked to this car that was parked alongside like Old Western Field was here in Floydada, got in his car, peeled out, and took off. And I was like, that's small town football in Texas right there, whenever you can get mad and leave the game at halftime in your own car. I thought that was, at the time I was like, you can't get any more West Texas than that.
Well, that was many moons ago. I remember Smyer playing in the six-man ranks. Well, Floydada coming in lost their season opener to the Tulia Hornets, 32-0. A ball club that won again the next week against Brownfield. So the Hornets are off to a 2-0 start, and then they were shut out last week in the Floyd County Championship game by the Lotney Longhorns, 24-0. And you know, Randall, when you think about those two previous ball games, Floydada's had their spurts, but they just haven't been able to string anything together consecutively enough to get into the end zone. And I know they've come close on a couple of occasions, and I know that's probably objective one tonight. And I think you said it well the last game, that they need to have something positive happen on this possession, and I think that's what this ball club needs to experience.
And Floydada has done a decent job on defense. They've done enough to be competitive. They just cannot get the ball in the end zone. You know, we talked about it. They drive all the way down to the goal line, turn the ball over. They've had their problems. They've had their issues. Smyer on paper looks about as evenly matched as any team so far that Floyd has played, and maybe they break the end zone line tonight. Maybe they get in.
Well, let's hope that they can. Well, we're going to take a break here as we are about 10 and a half minutes away from this game getting underway. It's homecoming at Floydada High School as they host the Smyer Bobcats tonight on Game 3. We'll be back right after this timeout on 106.1 Flip FM.
Agriculture is more than a job. It's a way of life. When your livelihood is at stake due to the markets or Mother Nature, you need a risk management strategy. Hassiter Insurance Agency and Floydada can provide risk management strategies through their multi-peril, livestock, and crop hail lines. They utilize the latest technology, providing customers instant access to their policies anytime and from any turn row. If you'd like to discuss strategies to protect your operation, call Tim, Tanner, or Callie at 983-2511. Hassiter Insurance, Ag Risk Specialist and Authorized Armtech Agent.
Everybody knows that regular physical activity helps contribute to healthier, longer lives. But did you know that involvement in high school sports delivers a wide array of non-physical benefits as well? People who play competitive sports in high school demonstrate more confidence, leadership, and self-respect. Student athletes manifest stronger peer relationships, higher self-esteem, and have a closer sense of family. McCoy Gin is proud to support Floydada ISD and its student athletes. McCoy Gin, ginning Floyd County cotton since 1925.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Nick Long and Randall Sims with you, just under 9 minutes away till we get this homecoming game underway between the Floydada Whirlwinds and the Smyer Bobcats. Let's look at Floydada's lineup tonight. Not much in changes except for at one of the receiver positions. Trace Glasscock will open up at quarterback. A senior, has 176 yards of passing coming into tonight's game, has completed 52.5% of his attempts. The running back will be Andres Mendoza, 176-pound junior, has rushed for 147 yards and has 10 receptions for 54 yards. Ironically, he averages 5.4 yards per average of yardage each time he touches the ball, rushing or receiving. Also playing in the backfield, Javier Santos will see some time. He has 40 yards coming into tonight, averaging 4 yards per carry. The inside receiver, Saul Reyes, fastest player on the team, 8 receptions for 74 yards. Aiden Trevino, a 173-pound sophomore, has caught 8 passes so far this year. The change is Isaiah Alvarado is starting at one of the wideouts, a 156-pound junior, as Philip Rodriguez is under concussion protocol at this time. The other wideout, Donovan Rocha, 162-pound junior. Floydada's offensive line at center, Marcus Collins, 242-pound junior. The guards are Edgar Severa, 232-pound junior, and Adam Delgado, 262-pound junior. So Floydada has plenty of beef right there in the heart of their offensive line. The tackles are Armando Cruz, 165-pound sophomore, and the other tackle, Davian Ramos, a 185-pound senior, the only senior that is starting in the trenches offensively for Floydada. Defensively, the Whirlwinds will line up with Davian Ramos, 185-pound senior at one of the tackles, averaging 5.5 tackles per ball game. The other one, Edgar Severa, 232-pound sophomore. At nose guard, Adam Delgado, 262-pound junior, the heaviest Whirlwind on the roster. The linebackers, Andres Mendoza and Isaiah Alvarado, will play in the interior. Alvarado, the team's leading tackler at 14.5 per ball game, also has 1 interception. On the outside is Aiden Trevino, 159-pound sophomore, and Hagan Hinesley, a 171-pound sophomore, the team's second leading tackler with 7.5 per outing, and he has 5 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. The cornerbacks, Donovan Rocha, 162-pound junior, has 1 interception, and starting tonight and moving up from the JV is Ty Henderson, a 170-pound sophomore, and that change again happened due to Rodriguez, one of the corners who again is under concussion protocol. The safeties are Jason Cooper, a 160-pound junior, averaging 6.5 tackles a game, and Saul Reyes, a 158-pound junior. And so, knock on wood, Randall, we come to game number 3, and the injuries have been extremely light for the Whirlwinds at this point.
Well, the coin flip has been made. Floyd will kick towards the north end zone, defend the south. Smyer elected to receive. Like to point out just right quick, tomorrow morning, 20 years ago, the world changed. And I'd like to reflect on that just momentarily, pay respect to all those that were affected by the events of 9/11, to everybody that lost their lives, everybody that was affected by the aftermath of that. Take a moment just to think of all those people, all the lives, and pray for everybody that was affected. We'll never forget, and done with that. Let's move on.
What a historic day that was, and I never will forget it. And,
it's been 20 years since I could get on a plane without taking my shoes off and getting groped.
Yeah, it's so. Well, both teams preparing to come in, and here comes the Floydada Whirlwinds down the home side, and they are being led by a bunch of small children, apparently from Duncan Elementary, dressed in green and white. And there's about 70 or 80 of them that are leading the Whirlwinds, who also are carrying a Floydada flag, an American flag, and a Texas flag. A pretty nice entrance being made by the Whirlwinds tonight.
Smyer entered the field under close to the same thing. They carried a Texas flag, an American flag. You know, we talked about 20 years ago. 20 years ago on September 12th, the feeling I had, and you know, a lot of people don't remember. A lot of kids are under 20 years. But the feeling I had, I share with my grandparents. It had to be the same feeling as December 8th, 1941, after Pearl Harbor.
Oh yeah.
And you know, that's one thing that I take solace in sharing with. I know the feeling that my grandparents had, and I felt that the unity and the everybody pulling together. And you couldn't buy an American flag because they were all sold out 20 years ago.
Well, and there is honoring this date. They're at the Floydada Y coming in from Rawls and Lubbock. I'm not sure how many flags are flying there at the intersection, but it's a great, beautiful sight, and appreciate those that are involved in that. We'll be back in just a moment.
Let's stay and let's go to the field for the national anthem, since it is the weekend of 9/11.
Playing our national anthem here at Tyer Stadium by the Floydada High School Marching Band. We'll be back for a final timeout, and game number 3 is coming up next of the Floydada Whirlwinds versus the Smyer Bobcats here on 106.1 Flip FM.
This means a lot of things. Here at Happy State Bank, we think it can be summed up with one word: Community. With roots dating back to 1908 in Happy, Texas, we've grown to 60 locations from the Panhandle to the South Plains, the Hill Country, Dallas, Fort Worth, and in between. You'll find us doing what we do best, serving our communities. With financial offerings you expect, with genuine, know-you-by-name service that leaves our customers smiling. From community to community. Learn more about us at happybank.com, member FDIC.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Call us today at 983-3777 to see if you qualify to save up to 40% on your auto insurance.
Covered discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium and getting ready for the opening kickoff is Elon Lopez for the Whirlwinds. Has it teed up at the 40-yard line on the south end of the field. Approaches the ball, a low driving kick, and it's fielded by an up man at the 23-yard line. Returns it out across the 30. It is knocked out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Peyton Moore was the person on the return that time for the Smyer Bobcats. So that is where Smyer will have possession. They'll place the ball just inside of the 33-yard line on their end of the field. They will be alternating two quarterbacks tonight, both sophomores, St. Clair and Clausen. And it is Clausen that will open up the game. Hands off to the left side. The ball carrier is Bartlett. Bartlett across the 35-yard line and gets close to the 37. Nearly a 4-yard pickup on the first down. Aiden Trevino was one of the Whirlwinds that was there in on the stop. So the ball is placed at the 38-yard line. We'll say really a 5-yard gain on that first play of the ball game. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left for the Bobcats. Opening drive of this ball game. And a give off tackle to the right side. Loose ball scooped up by the Whirlwinds. Scooped up at the 35 by Andres Mendoza, and he takes it to the 30-yard line. And, anyway, he is knocked down at that point, and so Floydada will get the football 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Who got the fumble?
It was Andres Mendoza. 1st and 10, Floydada. Play action. Glasscock drops it back to the left side to Mendoza. 30, 25, 20, still going. 15, 10, 5. Heading for the pylon, and is he in? The Whirlwinds say it, and so does the officials, and Floydada has scored on the first play of the night. That being a 30-yard pass completion with 11:01 to go here in the game in the first quarter, and it was Glasscock passing the ball off and throwing it over to Andres Mendoza. So the Whirlwinds draw first blood and their first touchdown of the season. Floydada lining up to go for 2. Snap to Glasscock. Glasscock, high arcing pass to the end zone, and it's incomplete, and the play falls incomplete. So there's a timeout on the field. 11:01 to go in the first quarter of play, and the Floydada Whirlwinds lead by a score of 6-0. Back with the Whirlwinds kickoff right after this on 106.1 Flip FM.
Seasons change, and so should your oil. Pick up Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil, 5-quart jug, $28.99. Stock up on diesel exhaust fluid, Blue Death, $12.49. And Peak Full Strength Concentrate, Universal Antifreeze and Coolant, $12.99 a gallon. Give 50/50 pre-diluted for $9.99 a gallon. and Scott Shop Towels $2.79 a roll at Napa in Floydada.
What's new at TQ? Check this out. The one and only Bacon Ranch Hunger Buster, now for a limited time. For you ranch fanatics, it's your new number one. Pepper Jack lovers, we've got you covered. Add in the crispy bacon that everyone craves, and you've got a flavor combo only TQ can deliver. Oh, and for your sweet tooth, a blizzard of the month. That's too good to miss.
TQ, that's what I like about Texas.
In farming, you know that timing is critical to help your crop meet its maximum potential. From planting date to irrigation to timely application of your crop protection products, even a day can make a difference. With a fleet of 3 planes, Probasco Flying Service in Floydada is the first place to call for efficient, timely aerial application of your farm chemicals. For more than 30 years, Probasco Flying Service has served the farmers and ranchers of Floyd and the surrounding counties, and they look forward to continuing that service for another 30 years. Call Probasco Flying Service at 983-2314.
I'm Taylor Sue with Going and Going Insurance. I was born in Floydada, raised...
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, 6-0 Floydada, as Smyer will take over for the second time tonight at their 19-yard line. Handoff right side, Gutierrez. Gutierrez fumbles the ball at the 21-yard line, and Floydada has come up with their second fumble recovery of the game. So the Whirlwinds are back in business at the 21-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, as Smyer has coughed up the ball 2 times out of 3 plays that they have run here in the first quarter. 10:45 to go here in the opening quarter of play. 6-0 our score in favor of the Floydada Whirlwinds. Going around the right side, flags come in as Alvarado crosses the 15-yard line and gets down to about the 14. And see what this is all about. Both of those flags came right around the line of scrimmage, and yardage is going to be stepped off. It looks to be from the 20. A 10-yard step off back to the 30, and that's where Floydada will run first down all over again. 1st and 20 for the Whirlwinds, just outside of Smyer's 30-yard line. 3 wideouts, flood to the left side, 1 running back in the backfield. Glasscock, the quarterback, Andres Mendoza, the sole running back. And the give to Mendoza, coming off left side. Flag comes in. Mendoza across the 25, lunges towards the 23. About a 7-yard gain by Andres Mendoza, but there is another flag on the play. And it's going to be a chop block against the Whirlwinds, and see where they will step this yardage off from. It looks to be around the 30-yard line. And another 10-yard step off. I'm not sure if that first flag is what it was, but I kind of believe that it could have been. And the ball is now at about the 40.5-yard line. 10 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 6-0 Floydada Whirlwind lead. They come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers flanked to each side. And Glasscock in the shotgun. Drops back near midfield, forced out of the pocket. Glasscock will run the 40, steps out of bounds near the 35-yard line, so a gain of nearly 5 on that carry by the senior quarterback for Floydada, Trace Glasscock. And there is another flag, I heard the announcer say, and they're going back south again, and it's against the Whirlwinds, and another 10 yards. So 3 10-yard penalties in this drive, as Floydada started at the 20-yard line and is now pushed back just across midfield on their end of the field. Kind of unusual. You see 3 10-yard penalties on consecutive plays, but that is what has happened to Floydada on their second possession of this game. 9:13 to go, first quarter. And as they come to the line of scrimmage, timeout is called on the field. We'll take a break. Floydada 6, Smyer 0. You're listening to Whirlwind Football on 106.1 Flip FM.
West Texas, it's cotton that clothes our children, feeds our families, and drives our economy. Whether you're a first-year farmer or you've been in the business for years, when it comes to ginning your cotton, you need reliability, timely service, and experience. Since 1972, Floydada Co-op Gin has remained a leader in the field of agriculture and continues to provide the service you've come to expect from a leader. Floydada Co-op Gin, leading the way when it comes to your cotton.
What does legacy mean to you? Webster describes it as something to be passed from generation to generation. Plains Land Bank wants to help you finance your legacy. Hi, I'm Ryan Pierce. I'm a loan officer here in our Plainview office. Plains Land Bank is passionate about agriculture and passionate about helping producers be successful. We know that land is more than your livelihood. It's your legacy. Visit plainslandbank.com or come see me, Ryan Pierce, in our office on West 7th Street and see how we can help you own a piece of Texas.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, 9 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. 6-0 in favor of Floydada, but the Whirlwinds first and 40 at midfield. Glasscock drops back, and he is going to be sacked and dropped around the 45-yard line on that play. And now Floydada continuing to go the opposite direction, and now it will be second down and about 45 will be needed for the Whirlwinds at their 45-yard line. 3 chop blocks have been called against Floydada on their second possession of the game. 2 wideouts to each side. The snap to Glasscock. Screen across the middle, and it's intercepted at the 42-yard line by the Smyer Bobcats. And coming up with the football is Sean Barrett, and that will give the ball over to the Smyer Bobcats, and first time that they have been in Whirlwind territory, and they will have it at the Whirlwind's 42-yard line. So the ball goes over to Smyer. Floydada with a 6-0 lead. Third time that Smyer's had possession here tonight. 2 wideouts to the left side. Snap to the quarterback, St. Clair. His pass to the left is tipped away, incomplete. The intended receiver for Smyer was Caleb Northcott. Pass breakup on that far side of the field by Jason Cooper. 2nd and 10 now facing Smyer. They're in Floydada's end of the field at the 42-yard line after the interception. There's been 3 turnovers in this ballgame thus far, 2 by Smyer on fumbles and 1 by Floydada. Shotgun formation. And the ball is snapped away from the quarterback, back across midfield, and he just jumps on it inside of their near the 35-yard line. Big loss on the play there, and that's going to be about a 23-yard loss, and puts it back in Bobcat territory with 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Still a 6-0 Floydada lead, and now these last possessions, both teams have gone backwards in their offensive efforts. 3 receivers flood wide to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to St. Clair, rolling to his right, airs it out deep, and it is tipped away by Saul Reyes, defending at the 30-yard line. That time, Gavin St. Clair let that one go deep of about 50 yards, and his intended receiver was Kagan Haywood. So now it brings up a 3rd and 33 situation for Smyer. And the way they're lining up, or it must be 4th. It's 4th and 33, and they are lining up to punt the ball away for the first time in this game. Gabe Quesada will be the one punting the ball away at the 22-yard line. Left-footed kicker. High end over end kick, and this one will hit at the 35 on the far side in Whirlwind territory and bounce out of bounds. And Floydada will have possession for the first time, starting a possession on their end of the field. But is there a question of a flag or something? So they're stepping off yardage from the 32 and placing the ball down, the nose of it at the 38-yard line, and that's where Floydada will start this drive. 1st and 10 at their 38 with a 6-0 lead over the Smyer Bobcats. The snap to Glasscock. Hands it off straight ahead. Andres Mendoza breaks one tackle, not the next. He gets to the 30 or 40-yard line and is brought down near the 41, so a 3-yard gain for the Whirlwind junior running back. 2nd down and 7 now facing Floydada. We're 5 minutes into this opening quarter of play. 2 wideouts to the each side of the field for Floydada. Drops back, pass to the left side, flag comes in. Mendoza out of the backfield, catches, moves it out to around midfield, which would be enough for a Floydada 1st and 10, but there is a flag lying at the 42-yard line on Floydada's end of the field, and another chop block against the Whirlwinds. And that's going to erase there about a 9 or 10-yard gain from Glasscock to Mendoza. And they'll step it off back to the 31-yard line, and that's where Floydada will have it. And it should be about a 2nd and 17 situation from there. 6:33 to go in the first quarter. Floydada kicked away to begin the ball game, and on the second play of the game, Smyer fumbled it, and then Floydada on their first snap, Andres Mendoza scored on a 30-yard run to give them an early lead. Glasscock drops back, throws across the middle, and it's caught at midfield by Aiden Trevino, and Trevino gets to the 45-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats. 1st and 10, Floydada, and that one covered, I believe, 24 yards from Trace Glasscock to Aiden Trevino, and the Whirlwinds are back in Bobcat territory. 2 receivers wide to each side of the field. Give the ball to Andres Mendoza up the middle, 40, 35, breaks the tackle, 30, still running. He's at the 20 and is finally going to be brought down near the 15-yard line. And that's going to be about a 30-yard run that time by Andres Mendoza. And Floydada is on the move here with a drive that started back at their 38, and now they're in the red zone of the Smyer Bobcats. 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, a 6-0 Floydada lead, and the Whirlwinds on the move again. Low snap to Glasscock, pass to the left side over the outstretched arms of Saul Reyes on the left side right at the line of scrimmage. Well, so far the Whirlwinds have overcome the chop block penalties that have been haunting them a little bit, Randall.
So far, isn't it 6-0 in favor of the Whirlwinds? They're threatening to score again right here in the first quarter.
Snap to Glasscock. Passes to the left side, and a diving attempt is made for it at the 8-yard line, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Donovan Rocha. So now that incomplete pass stops the clock with 5:14 to go. It is a 3rd and 10 situation, and the ball will be at the 15-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, and see what the Whirlwinds elect to do here. 2 wide receivers to each side of the field. Snap to Glasscock. Passing to the end zone. And it's incomplete. There was contact made midway into the end zone, but there was no flag.
Pass was over there to the receiver, so no flag thrown. 4th down. 5:09 left play in the first quarter, 6-0 in favor of Floydada. And in the past, since 2014, Floydada's had a field goal kicker. They don't have that luxury coming into this season, so they've got to go for it here.
2 wideouts to each side of the field. Mendoza, the lone running back. 4th and 10. Glasscock passes, and it's off of the hands of the intended receiver. Isaiah Alvarado hit him right near the face mask, and it falls incomplete, and Floydada is going to be stopped on downs at the Smyer 15-yard line. So the Whirlwinds move the ball from their 38 and really were pushed back to the 31-yard line and moved the ball down to the 15-yard line, but have run out of gas, and Smyer takes over 1st and 10 at their 15. Floydada with a 1-touchdown lead of 6-0. Snap to the quarterback. He fumbles the ball and quickly picks it up and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Then there's a big pile that does move forward. Let's see if the forward progress is going to advance past the line of scrimmage. Apparently not. And no gain on that play by Smyer.
2nd and 10 situation.
3 wideouts come to the right side for the Bobcats and 1 to the left.
Flag before the play.
Clausen is the quarterback on this possession, and the flag came right at the snap of the ball, and 5 yards is going to be stepped off against Smyer back towards the north end of the playing surface. And 2nd and 15 is now what will be facing the Smyer Bobcats with 4:24 to go in this first quarter. 4th time that Smyer has had possession. They've yet to make a first down tonight. Handoff right side. Ball carrier Bartley trying to get around the corner, and he runs into several green jerseys in there. And leading the way was Jason Cooper and also Ty Henderson. And also there in on the stop for the Whirlwinds was Davian Ramos.
Penalty comes in late after personal foul against Smyer. That was way after the end of the play.
So 3rd down is still up on the scoreboard, and so we think the play will stand, but there is yardage at the end, correct?
I think so. They're down at the 6-yard line. 3rd and 19.
Quarterback is lined up right on the goal line. Snap to him. He drops back into the end zone. Rolling left. He throws, and it is caught by Haywood. And he gets across the 20-yard line to the 22. Not enough for a Smyer first down, as he will be short by nearly 3 yards. And now it should bring a 4th down situation, and substitutions are coming in across the way for the Smyer Bobcats. And looks that they are appearing to punt now for the 2nd time of the night. Saul Reyes for Floydada drops back as the sole return man at about the 45-yard line on Floydada's end of the field. Gabe Casada to handle the kicking chores here for the Bobcats. And before they do, they have to call a timeout as they were delayed in getting enough players onto the field. We'll take a break with them late in the first quarter. 6-0 Floydada. Back with Smyer's punt here on 106.1 Flip FM.
Your home haunted? You can't see it, but it's there. It's called phantom power, and it could be draining your dollars. Think this is off? Think again. Phantom power drains electricity on equipment that's plugged in, sucking up to 10% of your home's energy use. In 1 year, that's enough to buy 150 donuts. Fight the phantoms. Unplug unused devices in the kitchen and bathroom. Plug into power bars with timers or auto shut-off.
An energy-saving message from Floydada Power and Light.
And now, a letter of thanks from Quality Body Shop.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, 3:39 to go here in the first quarter of play. 6-0 in favor of Floydada. Kicking the ball away, Casada for Smyer. Hits right at midfield, but takes a whirlwind roll back across into Smyer territory at about the 44-yard line, and a flag is dropped right at the 45. And don't know what this situation could be, but Floydada is anticipating against them as they head back towards the south end of the playing field. Still a conversation with the five-man officiating crew. The ball is at the 44, and the Whirlwinds broke huddle, and one of the officials pointed for them to go back to their huddle. And
still waiting to see what the call is.
Yes.
Explain it to coaches here. And it looks like it's going to be against Floydada.
Well, I'm trying to think what could be the scenario on this. And
Coach Compton not happy about the call.
No. It's going to be moved back. It's going to be against Floydada without a doubt, and they will have possession after that punt. The Chains have not made a change on the west side of the stadium.
We're still talking about it. 3:30 on the clock. Is that? I don't know. I thought we were within a minute of the end of May. I may be completely wrong. Here we go, stepping it off. I never saw an official call. 10 yards.
And more.
Nope, 15 yards.
How about 20?
Oh, good Lord.
25.
That's a big one.
Back to the 31-yard line. There had to be something said. That's all. I mean, really, the punt, nobody touched the attempt return.
No.
And so, I don't know. But anyway, Floydada has got it back at their 31-yard line with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Handoff right side, and this is Alvarado, the ball carrier. and he cannot get around the right corner. And Isaiah Alvarado's going to be dropped for a couple of yards loss. Back to about their correction. That's Andres Mendoza, Randall, number 5. Sometimes those 5 and 9s look similar to me. And that was Andres Mendoza, the ball carrier, and lost about 1.5 yards or so on the play. 2 wideouts to each side of the field. Second down, Floydada. They lead 6-0. Snap to Glasscock. Pass left side. Caught Saul Reyes. 40. Still on his feet. Gets out to midfield, and he's into Bobcat territory to the 48-yard line. And a 1st and 10 for the Floydada Whirlwinds. And they are back in Smyer Bobcat territory. Well executed a pass play out to the one of the receivers on the left side, Randall, and Saul Reyes turned it upfield for about a 21-yard gain. 22 yards maybe.
So Floydada with a 6-0 lead, 2:25 left to play here in the first quarter.
Snap back to Glasscock, looks right, throws across the middle, and it is caught at the 40, and the receiver, Reyes again, gets more yardage for a 1st down. He is down to about the 37-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats. So Trace Glasscock and Saul Reyes making good connection on this possession, and Floydada is back in Smyer's into the field. 1st and 10 at the 37 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snap to Glasscock. Gives the ball. Andres Mendoza breaks off one tackle. He is at the 30. Still going. 25. He's down to the 20-yard line. And Floydada's got another 1st and 10. And that's going to be about a 15-yard run that time by Andres Mendoza. Boy, Mendoza's having himself a very strong first quarter. And have they placed the football down yet? Yeah, they have. At the 23-yard line, and that's where the Whirlwinds will have it. 1st and 10, leading 6-0. 1.5 minutes to go in the first. Glasscock forced out of the pocket, and he's going to be dropped for a yard or 2 loss back to about the 25-yard line. So they'll place it at the 26, and that's where the Whirlwinds will have a 2nd and 13.
1:01 left to play, 6-0 here in the first quarter. Floydada leads Smyer.
Handoff left side. Elon Lopez, the ball carrier, and he's going on the left side of the line. Gets it back to about the 25-yard line is where they will place it down, and it will be 3rd and 11 for Floydada from that location. Again, 2 wideouts each side of the field. 25 seconds to go, first quarter. Snap to Glasscock, left side. Baltazar, and he's got it at the 18, and he is thrown to the turf at the 15-yard line. Going to be shy of a Floydada 1st down by about a yard, maybe 2. And clock is rolling. We may have seen the last play of the first quarter. 2 seconds, 1, and that's it. So we played 1 quarter of play here on homecoming night, and Floydada is leading 6-0 over the Smyer Bobcats when we return to Charles Tyer Stadium here on 106.1 Flip FM.
You know, almost 65 million American adults have some form of periodontal disease. Did you know people with periodontal disease are 2 times more likely to develop heart disease, and 95% of American adults with diabetes also have periodontal disease? I bet you didn't know regular visits to your dentist are a crucial part of your overall wellness. From routine checkups and cleanings to fillings to full mouth reconstruction, I'm Dr. Thomas Stewart, and we at Floydada Family Dentistry are here to help you protect your health and your smile. Call 983-2975 to make an appointment today.
Texas Plains Federal, your financial family.
Texas Plains Federal Credit Union is here to serve you. Personal service, better rates on loans, and higher return on your money. Go to TexasPlainsFederal.org and find out why member-owned is better. Texas Plains Federal Credit Union, here for all your financial needs.
Texas Plains Federal, come see what we can do. We're They're just plain Texas, just like you.
Member NCUA.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Nick Long and Randall Sims with you as we go to the second quarter of play. 12 minutes till halftime. Floydada with a 6-0 lead. And Randall, the Whirlwinds have had a pretty productive first quarter of play.
They have. They've scored their first points of the season. They're set up to score again here. And we'll see what the second quarter here holds before half.
Glasscock rolling to his right. He throws, and it's dropped at about the 11-yard line. Saul Reyes, who has been his favorite target, was the intended receiver, and it falls incomplete on a fourth down situation. And the ball will go over on downs as Floydada is going to be stopped. It looks to be at the 15-yard line. And that's the second time tonight that they have gotten down to the 15-yard line, and Smyer puts a break on them. And so now the Bobcats will take over here early in the second quarter, trailing 6-0. Handoff right side, Bartlett the ball carrier, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. 3 or 4 Whirlwinds on that left side were there to meet him. And one of the first ones there was Donovan Rocha and also Hagan Hinesley. And also in on the stop for the Whirlwinds was Andrew Suarez, I believe. A gain of 1, let's say. 2nd and 9 now facing Smyer just inside of their 16-yard line. Quarterback dropping back, throws deep and overshoots his intended receiver, Haywood, as he was being covered very closely. And back on the pass coverage that time for the Whirlwinds was Jason Cooper.
So far, this has been a one-sided ball game. Play has pretty much controlled the tempo since the start. And Smyer has not yet found their groove. 11-10 left to play here in the first half. Play leading 6-0. Smyer facing a 3rd and 9 on their own 16.
They're looking for their first down of the night. Clausen, the quarterback, drops back, throws it deep, this time left side, and overshoots Northcutt, and he was being defended by Ty Henderson for the Whirlwinds. So, after a pair of incomplete passes, the Smyer Bobcats are going to be forced to punt for their 3rd consecutive possession, and Floydada should get pretty decent field position out of this. Saul Reyes is back just across midfield, anticipating the punt. Gabe Quesada, their punter, is lined up at the 5-yard line for Smyer, left-footed punter. High end over end kick. Reyes fields it, 43. Coming right, evades a tackler. He's at midfield. 45 of Smyer. 40 going down the near sideline. Cuts inside. 25, 20. Reverses field. He's at the 15, and he is down to the 13-yard line on the punt return. What a return that time by Saul Reyes from the 43 of Floydada down to the 13-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, and that's going to be a 44-yard punt return. What a big play for the Whirlwinds.
Liz Reyes just got the ball and went north and south with it. Not much anything else, and that works out a lot. As Floydada now with a great spot here, first down and on the 13-yard line of Smyer.
6-0 lead by the Whirlwinds. Handoff up the middle. Mendoza inside of the 10, still fighting for more, and gets near the 5-yard line, and about 6 white and blue jerseys finally put the stop on him. And nearly a 7-yard gain up the middle. The ball is, let's call it the 6, so it's about a 7-yard gain that time by Mendoza.
So 2nd and 3 now.
3 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right for the Whirlwinds. 1 running back, Mendoza. And the give, he squirts to the left side, going off tackle. And he's down inside of the 5, near the 3-yard line, it appears. And he is going to be brought down at that point. A gain of nearly 3 on the play.
Penalty against Floydada. Didn't see what the call was. Judging by the yardage. Holding.
So they'll bring that run back, plus some, and they'll put it down at the 14-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, and that is where they will have the ball. So it's going to be Floydada can get to the 3 to make a first down. They got a 2nd and 11. Bad snap, and Whirlwind gets back on it. I believe Trace Glasscock. And that's going to lose yardage back to the 17-yard line. So
just the snap never left the hand of the snapper. It like rolled it on the ground.
Yeah. Well, timeout's going to be taken by Floydada. 9:24 to go in the second quarter of play. 6-0 Whirlwinds on homecoming night. We'll be back right after this on 106.1 Flip FM.
It's time to choose who will gin your cotton. You want a gin that will put your needs first. You want Barwise Gin. Owners Chance and Trina Cornelius are proud to offer quick turnarounds and the best seed prices in the area, all with a focus on great personal customer service. Try Barwise Gin and see the difference. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Chance Cornelius, and we welcome the opportunity to earn your business. Stop by and have a cup of coffee or give us a call at 806-983-2737 to learn about the Barwise difference.
Knock out those September projects with Ace. Outside, save on Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Weed and Feed or Fall Lawn Food, $19.99 a bag. Or Ace Winterizer for the yard, $16.99. For inside, buy 2, 3 Infiltrate Defense air filters, get 1 free. And for the garage, stay organized with the Craftsman 5-drawer tool center for $159.99 and get a 63-piece Craftsman tool set free. Now through September 30th, Ace Hardware in Floydada and on Olton Road, Plainview.
9:24 to go until halftime. Floydada with a 6-0 lead over the Smyer Bobcats, and they will be operating at the 16-yard lines on a 3rd and 14 situation. Snap the ball, and the ball carrier, 15, 10, down to the 5, and that was, I think, Jason Cooper, number 2.
No, that was Isaiah Alvarado, who came in at quarterback at that point.
So it was not 2 that carried the ball. And anyway, Floydada close to a first down to about the 6, and he was run out of bounds at that location. And now Floydada's got a 4th and 3 situation.
Alvarado in the game still. Hand off Mendoza, and he's going to be short.
So Floydada will be stopped on downs again. And the Whirlwinds, for the 3rd consecutive possession, have been stopped in the red zone of the Smyer Bobcats, twice at the 15 and this time at the 6. The Whirlwinds still lead 6-0, and they will take over, and it will be 1st and 10 at their 7-yard line.
Here comes Smyer. 9:12 left to play in the first half, down 6-0.
Hand off right side, and the ball carrier that time moves it out across the 10 and is going to be stopped at about the 11-yard line, it looks to be. Smyer started this possession at their 7, and so now it's the scoreboard says 2nd and 7 needed for the Bobcats. 8:40 to go here until halftime. The draw, and the ball carrier Quesada, I believe, gets it near the 15-yard line. Or maybe Gutierrez. Gutierrez was their ball carrier and gains about 4 or so more yards out to the 16-yard line. 5-yard carry, let's call it. And 3rd and 3 is now facing the Smyer Bobcats. Power hour formation for the Smyer Bobcats on a 3rd and 3. Handoff straight ahead, and the ball carrier will get the first down of the night for the Bobcats. Out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
Quarterback keeper is Bartlett.
Ball carried by Jordan Bartlett, stopped made by number 2, Jason Cooper.
So, chains will move. First down of the night for Smyer. And they get it outside of their 20 now. Possession that started at their 7. And they're now operating at the 23-yard line with a new set of downs. 7:25 to go until half. A 6-0 Floydada Whirlwind lead. Handoff right side. And the ball carrier out to the 25-yard line for Smyer. Gain of nearly 3 on that carry.
Bartlett once again with the ball. Just past the 25-yard line. Call it 26.
Jordan Bartlett, ball carrier.
Second down coming for Smyer at the 6-yard line. One running back and the quarterback in the shotgun. St. Clair's the quarterback this time, and he takes the snap, and this play is going to be whistled dead.
False start. Against Smyer.
And that will move it back just outside of their 20-yard line. And a 2nd and about 12 situation is what will be needed for the Bobcats with 6:15 to go until half. Floydada scored on the first possession they had on the first play they ran for the night on a 30-yard run by Andres Mendoza. And 3 other times they have gotten into the red zone of Smyer but came away empty-handed. Handoff up the middle, and the ball carrier
still on his feet.
Still going. There's a flag lying back at the line of scrimmage. And let's see if this play is going to stand. Gain of 6 or so yards by the Smyer Bobcats.
Jordan Bartlett, the ball carrier, stopped made by number 25.
See what they call here. I don't see anybody marking anything off. There we go. It's against Floydada.
So the ball will be at the 26-yard line, 2nd and 6 situation from that location. And I don't know if they ever got a clean handoff on that or not, but they lose yardage, does Smyer, back to the 24-yard line, or 23 is where they will place it down. And now 3rd down coming for the Bobcats. Clock ticking down to just over 5 minutes to go until halftime.
Brings up a 3rd and 10 situation for Smyer. They need to make it out to the 34-yard line for a 1st down.
Snap. And the throw to the right side. It is caught at the 34-yard line and gets across the 35 for a first down for the Smyer Bobcats. The person passing the ball that time was Preston Moore, and it was completed out to, they've advanced to the 36-yard line of the Bobcats, and the chains will move on the far side for Smyer. 4:25 to go until halftime. 6-0, still the score in favor of the Floydada Whirlwinds. Shotgun formation, and the quarterback just keeps it, but it's going to be caught for a loss back to the 33-yard line.
I believe that was Clausen. No, not Clausen. It was St. Clair.
St. Clair's been on this possession. He's the one that's got the blue stockings, and he's number 11. They've been alternating the two sophomore quarterbacks, and so St. Clair remains at QB. Snap to him. He drops back. Drops off a pass to the right side, and is caught by Burris, number 2, and he's out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A little bit shy of a first down. Well, shy by a lot, about 7 yards. And it will bring a third down situation, or really closer to 5 is what the scoreboard says. 3rd and 5 needed for Smyer. Lights are coming on here at Charles Tyer Stadium. 3 minutes to go until halftime. Still 6-0, Floydada. Handoff left side. Flag thrown high in the air on the near side. The Smyer ball carrier got very close to a first down out to the 46.
Bartlett.
Tackle was made by Hinesley for the Whirlwinds.
Flag on the play is going to be against Smyer. False start. Thank you, Alex.
To give you the signal?
Told me what it was.
So it's still 3rd down. Now 10 needed for the Smyer Bobcats. They operate just outside of their own 35-yard line. Pass down the right side, and it is incomplete at the 30-yard line. The receiver had a step on the Floydada defender, but could not haul it in.
That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it would have been a big gain for sure, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Northcott, and so now it brings up 4th down for the Smyer Bobcats, and they need 10 yards, so about to punt for the 4th consecutive possession. 2:29 until halftime. Quesada, left-footed kick. Reyes bounces off of him, and it is picked up by a Smyer Bobcat, as it was scooped up by Josh Clausen on the fumbled punt, and it will go back over to the Smyer Bobcats. That one just bounced up around the shoulder pad area of Floydada's return man, Saul Reyes, and Smyer has got great field position. They're at Floydada's 34-yard line. This is the deepest penetration for them of starting a new set of downs. 2:18 to go until half. Floydada holding on to a 6-0 advantage.
That was just a muff punt for Floydada. There's a timeout called on the field. We'll see who takes it.
Smyer a little bit slow in getting their players onto the field. We'll take a break with them. Floydada leading by a touchdown. This is 106.1 Flip FM.
I'm James with Western Equipment. Listen up, any high school junior and senior, and any parent or grandparent of any high school junior or senior. By your junior and senior year, it's time to start planning for a job. Right now, if you don't know what you want to do, check out the John Deere AgTech program through Western Equipment. It's a 2-year program, and afterwards, we guarantee you a solid job at one of our 21 locations in Texas, Oklahoma, or New Mexico. Now is the time. Visit west-equip.com/careers for more information to apply.
The iconic Dixie Dog is open for business, offering delicious burgers, hand-breaded chicken sandwiches, or chicken strip dinners, or their famous Dixie Dogs. You can't go wrong with Dixie Dog. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 for lunch and 5 to 9 for supper, and from 11 to 4 on Saturday. Dixie Dog for a quick lunch on the go or to give you a night off in the kitchen. Call 806-983-2222 or go to Dixie Dog at 410 East Houston, Floydada. Want to see the latest weekly specials or a complete menu? Find them on Facebook, Dixie Dog Floydada.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, 2 minutes, 18 seconds until halftime, and Floydada with a 6-0 lead. And during that entire timeout, Floydada coach J.R. Compton stood right at where the tee is placed on the south end of the north end of the field for a kickoff, spending that entire time talking with 2 of the officials, something about that punt play, and he kept stepping off like a yard. Anyway, discussion over. Smyer's got the ball. They hand it off up the middle, and then they cross the 30 and get down to the 28-yard line. They started at the 34, so a 6-yard gain up the middle for the Smyer Bobcats. This is the deepest penetration Smyer has made in this first half, trailing 6-0. 2nd and 4. And there is a mix-up on the attempted handoff, and Floydada signaling they've got the football. And coming up with it is Aiden Trevino, and that is the 3rd turnover by the Smyer Bobcats. And the ball will go back to Floydada, and they'll have it with 1:41 to go until halftime, and 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line. There have been 5 turnovers so far in this first half of play, 3 by Smyer and 2 by Floydada. The Whirlwinds capitalized off of the first turnover of the night and scored on a 30-yard run by Andres Mendoza. Whirlwinds back in action. Pass to the left side, and this one is caught, and the receiver crosses the 35.
Reyes.
And Saul Reyes, the receiver, and gets out to about the 36-yard line, so nearly well, they started at the 31, so a 5-yard gain on that play, and 2nd and 5 now confronting the Floydada Whirlwinds. 1:34 until halftime. Pass to the right side, and Trevino, the ball carrier, and he is quickly hit and is going to be pushed backwards for a loss somewhere near the 32-yard line. And Floydada will now be confronting a 3rd and nearly 8 situation. Clock ticking down to 1:09 to go in the first half. 6-0 lead in favor of the Whirlwinds here on homecoming night. 2 wideouts to each side. Glasscock looking to the right, throwing for Trevino, and it's incomplete at the 45-yard line. Back on the coverage was Cameron Gutierrez for the Smyer Bobcats.
Trevino came out of the backfield, was wide open along the sideline, and Glasscock just overthrew him on the route. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9, and Floyd's going to send in the punting team with 50
seconds to go.
Left, yep.
First punt of the night by the Whirlwinds. Gets it away. High kick. Hits at the 43. And it's going to be touched down at that point. And that's where Smyer will have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line with 42 seconds to go until halftime, and still a score of 6-0 in favor of the Whirlwind, and it's been that way since 1 minute into the game when Floydada scored the only TD of the night. So see what the Bobcats can do here to end the first half of play. They're at their 43. Clausen, the quarterback, forced out of the pocket, will run 45 midfield, and he slides to the 46-yard line on Floydada's end of the field, and the chains will move across the way. 1st and 10 for the Smyer Bobcats. Clock rolling, 30 seconds to go until intermission. Smyer trying to operate quickly and see if they can do something prior to half. Clausen drops back, rolls right, throws deep, and way overshoots everyone, and it's incomplete down at the 15-yard line. And that will stop the clock with 14.3 seconds to go in this second quarter of play.
Smyer with possibly one, maybe two plays left before half. They set at the 46-yard line, looking to try to put points on the board. Floydada leads 6-0. Third game of the season against the Bobcats.
See what the Smyer does here. Snap to Clausen, pass to the left side, caught by Northcutt across the 40 for Smyer, gets to the 40 or 38-yard line, run out of bounds by Ty Henderson, and that should be close to a first down, but going to be shy by a yard and a half or maybe two. And now third down with 7 seconds to go until halftime.
Smyer, I don't think the downs matter here. They're battling the clock just shy of 8 seconds, 7.9 left. They got to go 38 yards here. They might have two plays in them.
Snap the ball back to Clausen. Quarterback draw, drops the ball. Floydada jumps on it, and the half, well, it's not half yet. 2.5 seconds left, and jumping on the loose ball was Armando Cruz for the Floydada Whirlwinds, and that will be the 4th turnover in the first half of play by Smyer, and all of them have been fumbles. And the ball goes back to the Floydada Whirlwinds at their 38-yard line. 6-0, still the score. Floydada leading over the Smyer Bobcats, in time for probably one more play to end the first half of play here on homecoming night.
I don't know, you just kneel there. They'll probably run a play here.
Two wideouts to each side of the field. They snap it, and then he does take the knee, and that will end our first half of play. So both teams going to the locker room at Charles Tyer Stadium, and our score is the Floydada Whirlwinds 6 and the Smyer Bobcats 0. You're listening to Floydada Whirlwind football on 106.1 Flip FM.
It's a way of life. When your livelihood is at stake due to the markets or Mother Nature, you need a risk management.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your 2021 Blowin' Goin' Spirit of the Winds Marching Band. Under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Layla Burks, the band will perform the first two movements of the contest show, the Four Dragons. Movement 1, Noble Creatures, and Movement 2, the Dragons Bring Rain. Drum Major, is your band ready? Ancient Chinese legends tell the Four Dragons that one day would oppose the Jade Emperor and save the people. These were noble creatures. Suffering, drought, and led to failing crops. The magnificent creatures scooped up the water out of the sea and brought the rain to the people.
2 of them rushing, 4 of them passing. As Tracy Glasgow is 8 for 14 for 103 yards and a touchdown. Good outing so far for Tracy Glasgow. Rushing for Floydada is Andrew Cosdozi, 9 attempts, 65 yards. He's the leading rusher for Floydada and for all ball carriers in the ball game. Receiving, the leading receiver for Floydada. Those 2 of them. Those 2 39 yards and touchdown. So there is 3 receptions, 34 yards. Smyer scoreless in the first half. They never found their groove. They started something in there at the end of the second quarter. We couldn't get anything in the end zone. Total offense. Whirlwinds fans, clap your hands, stomp the feet, and hit feet as the band exits to the Floydada fight song.
Texas Plains Federal, your financial family.
Texas Plains Federal Credit Union is here to serve you. Personal service, better rates on loans, and higher return on your money. Go to TexasPlainsFederal.org and find out why member-owned is better. Texas Plains Federal Credit Union, here for all your financial needs.
Texas Plains Federal, come see what we can do. We're just plain Texas, just like you.
Member NCUA.
When it's time to choose who will gin your cotton, you want a gin that will put your needs first. You want Barwise Gin. Owners Chance and Trina Cornelius are proud to offer quick turnarounds and the best seed prices in the area, all with a focus on great personal customer service. Try Barwise Gin and see the difference. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Chance Cornelius, and we welcome the opportunity to earn your business. Stop by and have a cup of coffee or give us a call at 806-983-2737 to learn about the Barwise difference.
Knock out those September projects with Ace. Outside, save on Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Weed and Feed or Fall Lawn Food, $19.99 a bag. Or Ace Winterizer for the yard, $16.99. For inside, buy 2, 3, and Filtrete Defense air filters, get one free. And for the garage, stay organized with the Craftsman 5-drawer tool center for $159.99 and get a 63-piece Craftsman tool set free. Now through September 30th, Ace Hardware in Floydada and on Olton Road, Plainview.
Back here in Floydada as we're about to go live to the field for the homecoming queen high school for 2021? New tradition started here in Floydada. We're going to start homecoming every year. Is that what you understand? As this is the 2021 homecoming queen announcement. And here in a moment, we're going to go down to the field. As soon as they start talking, there's the homecoming queen candidate. Almost tripped over the tarp that's placed over the track field.
Randall, all 5 of these queen candidates are seniors. Savannah Benavides, Clarissa Della Fuente, Alyssa Henson, Aaron Trevino, and Caitlin Vega. And they are all being driven around the stadium from the southeast corner on 5 John Deere green UTVs, the Gators, that's donated tonight, loaned to Floydada High School by Western Equipment. And as they're making their way around the track right now and coming down the home stretch here on the west side of the track that circles Charles Tyer Stadium. Not sure if they are in alphabetical order. I'd take either one of those units. Good-looking John Deere Gators.
It's pretty nice. Last year at New Home, we were there for New Home's homecoming, and they had a Lamborghini that was driving the homecoming queens around or candidates around. So, but Gators, we'll take that.
First queen gets out on his own crutches. Again, not sure if they're going by alphabetical order. That's Alyssa Henson is the first one, so apparently they are not in alphabetical order. She is being escorted by Jeff Robertson, her grandfather, tonight, as she makes her way out towards midfield on crutches, about to the, well, she doesn't quite even get to the near hash mark.
Alyssa Henson. She is the daughter of Brad Henson and Alyssa Henson. She is being escorted by her grandfather, Jeff Robertson. Alyssa is a member of National Honor Society. She participates in academic UIL. She's a head cheerleader, plays softball, and runs track. Alyssa is a junior leader in Girl Scouts of America. She was chosen to attend National Youth Leadership in Medicine this summer.
So we await the approach of the second gator. Second candidate makes her way out onto the field. We'll see if we get an announcement. There we go.
Caitlin Vega. She is the daughter of Armando and Amy Tyer. Caitlin is being escorted by her Armando. Caitlin is involved in academic UIL, is the president of her local FFA chapter, where she has earned a Lone Star degree. She is the president of the student council. She is the National Honor Society secretary. She has also been a trainer for the sports team. Caitlin volunteers at the local animal shelter and is a member of the Temple Sanin Church.
And there you have Caitlin. I'm just going to talk here as the third gator pulls up, because listening to the gators pull up is riveting radio. Working through the kinks here for homecoming. You got to forgive Floydada. We don't do this every year, Alex. We don't do homecoming every year, so yeah, it's not polished yet. We're going to polish some things up. This one's Gilbert Trevino getting out of the gator. I wonder who he could be letting out.
Yeah. Aaron Trevino.
Make their way out on the field and await the announcements, the accolades. Aaron Trevino.
Our next nominee is Erin Trevino. She is the daughter of Gilbert and Lisa Trevino. She is being escorted by her father, Gilbert. Erin is involved in National Honor Society, Gifted and Talented, Business Professionals of America, Academic UIL, and is currently ranked #1 in her senior class. Erin played softball, where she received first team All-State honors in 2021, and was named to the second team as All-State pitcher. Erin is a member of St. Mary Magdalene Youth Group.
There's Aaron Trevino.
So far, Alyssa Henson and Caitlin Vega and Aaron Trevino have been introduced here to the homecoming crowd at Charles Tyer Stadium. That leaves Sarah Benavides and Clarissa De La Fuente of the two remaining homecoming court.
And like to, if you're interested in a gator, you can go down to Western Equipment tomorrow and ask for the slightly used ones that they use to bring all the homecoming court out onto the field. Say, I know that they were driven some miles. I need a discount on those. Sure, they will hook you up.
Yeah, just tell them Randall sent you.
Yeah, ask for the Randall Sims discount.
Now please join me in welcoming Savannah Benavides to the red carpet. She is the daughter of Humberto and Anita Amador. Savannah is being escorted by her father, Humberto Amador. Savannah is involved in track, cheerleading, powerlifting, academic UIL, and is the treasurer of her senior class. She has volunteered at a pet store and is part of a youth group.
Down to the last one.
Clarissa De La Fuente.
Make her way onto the field.
She'll be escorted by her father, Gabe De La Fuente. Tell you, all 5 of these young ladies are very strong in their academics, all part of the National Honor Society, active in BPA and FFA. And so there you have it, Randall. 5 seniors vying for homecoming queen. Alyssa Henson, Caitlin Vega, Erin Trevino.
Clarissa is being escorted by her father, Dave. She is a member of National Honor Society, participates in academic UIL, is a class officer, and serves on student council. Clarissa was a national qualifier in Business Professionals of America in 2021. Clarissa runs cross country, plays basketball, and is a past cheerleader and has played softball. She is also a member of the St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Floydada. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give this fine group of ladies a big round of applause. We would like to thank Ms. Lawrence Culinary Arts class and Principles of Hospitality for all the hard work to make this homecoming such a success. Thanks to Western Equipment and Ms. Riddle for loaning us the Gators for the event. Now, without any further ado, let's find out who the 2021 homecoming queen is going to be. Jody Briones, homecoming queen for 2020, will be crowning our new queen. Jody is the daughter of Alyssa and Joe Delgado. Our first runner-up is Erin Trevino. Congratulations, Erin, on your title.
Erin Trevino, first runner-up. Congratulations to her, that young lady. Congratulations to all 5 of the young ladies being nominated. That's just something in itself. And you got to ride in the Gator.
And now to crown the queen of 2021 homecoming. If we could get a drum roll, please. The honor goes to Clarissa De La Fuente.
Clarissa De La Fuente is your 2021 homecoming queen for the Floydada High School, Floydada Collegiate High School. Let's get that
Once
right.
again, ladies and gentlemen, please give this great group of young ladies one last round of applause.
That is announced in front of probably the biggest attended game, the largest attended game that I've seen. This is the 7th game that has been played at, the varsity game that has been played at Charles Tyer Stadium, and this is the most people I've seen in attendance. So congratulations, Floydada. And Miss De La Fuente. As we're going to take another quick break as they get pictures made and everybody off the field, and we get ready for the second half of play here in Floydada. Floydada leading Smyer 6-0 when we return. You're listening to Floydada High School football on 106.1 Flip FM.
I'm James with Western Equipment. Listen up, any high school junior and senior, and any parent or grandparent of any high school junior or senior. By your junior and senior year, it's time to start planning for a job. Right now, if you don't know what you want to do, check out the John Deere AgTech program through Western Equipment. It's a 2-year program, and afterwards, we guarantee you a solid job at one of our 21 locations in Texas, Oklahoma, or New Mexico. Now is the time. Visit west-equip.com/careers for more information to apply.
The iconic Dixie Dog is open for business, offering delicious burgers, hand-breaded chicken sandwiches, or chicken strip dinners, or their famous Dixie Dogs. You can't go wrong with Dixie Dog. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 for lunch and 5 to 9 for supper, and from 11 to 4 on Saturday. Dixie Dog is there for a quick lunch on the go or to give you a night off in the kitchen. Call 806-983-2222 or go to Dixie Dog at 410 East Houston in Floydada. Want to see the latest weekly specials or a complete menu? Find them on Facebook, Dixie Dog Floydada.
We all love to gather every Friday night and cheer on the Whirlwinds as they fight for victory. And everyone at Pumpkin Pile would like to thank all of the Floydada student athletes, coaches, teachers, staff, and administrators for their hard work and dedication to becoming winners on the field. But more importantly, winners in life. You represent Floydada well and make us all proud to be Whirlwinds. From all of us at Pumpkin Pile, go Whirlwinds.
Back here. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Nick Long and Randall Sims, we get ready to resume action to begin the second half of our homecoming game after Clarissa De La Fuente was crowned Homecoming Queen 2021. Floydada up 6-0 to begin the second half. They outgained the Bobcats 174-72 according to Randall Sims stats at halftime. And the kick out of bounds, a short kick by Smyer. And Randall, Floydada will have good field position out around the 36, 37-yard line. Your thoughts about the first half and what Floydada needs to do to secure a win here tonight?
Well, Floyd started off pretty fast. They got a quick score, and they're going to have to keep things going for them and try to get another touchdown or something on the board. Smyer hadn't got much going, but they've had halftime to adjust.
Floydada running a reverse around the right end and rounding the corner and getting across the 40 is Saul Reyes, I believe. And Reyes picks up nearly 4 yards on that carry. They hand it off to the left side, and Saul was coming from that far side in reverse field and gained about 5 on the carry. They'll place it at the 42, and that's where the Whirlwinds will be operating. Early in the second half, 6-0 Floydada lead. Snap to Glasscock, pass right side, and it is caught by Mendoza coming out of the backfield, and he got maybe a yard to the 43-yard line before he was thrown out of bounds here on the near sideline.
Brings up a 3rd and short 5 for the Whirlwinds from their own 43-yard line. 6-0 the score for the Whirlwinds here early in the third quarter.
2 wideouts each side of the field again. It's been pretty much the standard formation that the Whirlwinds have been in. Snap to Glasscock, looking left, throws, and this one way over the intended receiver down around the 35-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats. The intended receiver was Saul Reyes, and the incomplete pass will bring up a punting situation now for Floydada. Whirlwinds punted just once in the first half, and they'll begin the third quarter by giving the ball away. Poole is back as the return man for the Smyer Bobcats. Good snap, and he is in trouble and is not able to get the kick off. And he's going to be dropped for yardage back right near the 30-yard line. And so, not able to execute the punt, and Smyer will get great field position here in the early parts of the third quarter at the 30-yard line.
So a big defensive play for Smyer as they kept the punt from being made, and they get the ball in great field position at the 30. And Smyer looking to answer. Talk about adjustments at halftime. Maybe that was one of them. Get more pressure.
Handoff up the middle, and the ball carrier gets inside of the 30, down to near the 27-yard line. And the ball was carried in there by Jordan Bartlett. And he will be brought down on that after a 3-yard gain. Or they're going to place it back at the 29, so just a 1-yard pickup. And 2nd and 9 now for the Smyer Bobcats. 2 wideouts to the left side for Smyer. They give the ball off to St. Clair, and St. Clair to the 25, still churning, still down to the 20, and he crosses the 20-yard line carrying about 5 or 6 Floydada defenders with him. Great effort that time by Gavin St. Clair.
That was Jordan Bartlett, number 10.
Okay, 11?
No.
All right, so anyway, he got Bartlett got down to inside of the 20, and it is a first down for the Smyer Bobcats.
Smyer with a first down here. Inside the 20, fumble. Ball
on the snap, and the quarterback touches his knee down at the 25-yard line, so a loss of about 6 on that bad snap, or mishandled snap. Well, they'll place it at the 24, a 5-yard loss, and 2nd and about 15 is what will be needed for the Smyer Bobcats on Floydada's end of the field. 9:10 to go in this third quarter, 6-0, Floydada leading. Quarterback takes the snap, rolls right, he throws, and it is caught inside of the 15-yard line.
It is dropped. Incomplete pass. And an injured player on the field.
So the play did not stand as he was knocked out of bounds, and we have got an official timeout due to an injury. 8:58 to go in the third quarter, and is about to call for the break. He jumps to his feet and is walking down the far sideline, and hopefully he will be okay. So the incomplete pass brings a third down situation. Nearly 15 will be needed by Smyer inside of Floydada's 25-yard line.
8:58 left to play in the third. Smyer facing a big 3rd and about 16.
Wideouts to each side. 2 running backs in the backfield. And flags are thrown, whistles sound just as the play was about to be executed. And Smyer's moving back towards the south end of the stadium now.
False start on one of the linemen for Smyer.
So 3rd and 21 is what the scoreboard says needed for Smyer. Play action. Rolling to his right is St. Clair, in trouble, just gets the pass away. He was way out of the pocket, so there will not be an intentional grounding on that situation, but there was no receiver in the vicinity of that pass thrown by Gavin St. Clair to about the 20-yard line. Now 4th down is coming for the Smyer Bobcats.
Right. First, there's a penalty for ineligible receiver downfield, as one of the linemen, but you see that happen a lot. One of the linemen came loose.
And it's declined. So it will bring 4th down at the 29-yard line. See what the Bobcats will do here on a 4th and 21 situation. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, and no running backs. Snap is to St. Clair. Throws deep across the middle, and it is intercepted at the goal line. And bring it out across the 10. The 20 is Saul Reyes. Out to the 30 and to the 33-yard line for the Floydada Whirlwinds. So Saul Reyes picks it off at the goal line and gets a good return out to the 33, and that's where Floydada will have possession. And that is the 5th turnover by Smyer in this ball game tonight. That was Jason Cooper was the one that intercepted the pass, number 2, not number 12. Apologize for that. Give on first down, and gets a couple of yards.
Mendoza with the run. Mendoza gets about 4, 5, maybe 5.
Out to the 38, so it'll be a 2nd and 5 situation for Floydada from their 38. Glasscock dropping back, airs it out deep down the left side, and it's caught inside of the 40. First down, Floydada Whirlwinds. And on the receiving end of that pass is going to be Donovan Rocha. Well thrown pass by Trace Glasscock, and that one will move down to the 33-yard line. So that's going to be, what, about 51 yards on the, 41 yards on the play? Handoff up the middle, Mendoza, and gets a few, and a flag comes in.
Mendoza got about a yard on the carry. He got the penalty.
So that last play, I believe, was 29 yards, I think.
Illegal hands to the face is the penalty call against Smyer, I believe.
So yardage stepped off against the Smyer Bobcats. So did that last play count, Randall, or I guess if it really matters, but did he get any yardage?
He got less than 1, and it's down to the 22. So
it's a new set of downs. Glasscock throwing towards the end zone, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line, and nothing but green in front of him out to the 40, and knocked out of bounds by Glasscock. And that was Burris was the one that picked it off near the 10-yard line.
Burris just stood back, had nothing. I mean, it was just the ball was floated, and he just waited for it, got the interception, had one man to beat. It was Glasscock. Glasscock made a good push to knock him out of bounds. Otherwise, that would have been all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
So another turnover in this football game, and now Smyer has it back at their 46-yard line, trailing 6-0. Handoff to the first running back, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
I believe that is
Gutierrez, I think, was the ball carrier for the Smyer Bobcats. So now there's been a total of 3 turnovers by Floydada and 5 by the Smyer Bobcats in this game, and the Whirlwinds holding on to a 6-0 lead. 6.5 to go here in the third, and a bounce pass to the left side could not get it to Northcutt, his intended receiver.
Turnovers are what plagued Floydada last week, and they're starting to show up again here this week. You gotta hope, if you're a Whirlwind fan, if Floydada finds a remedy for that. as they are hanging on by a 6-point lead, 6-0 with 7:07 left to play in the third quarter. Sorry, not 7:07, 6:29.
3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back in the backfield with the quarterback, Clausen. Pass to the right side. It is caught out to the 45. Across midfield, still going. The 40, the 30, 20, down to the 10 and into the end zone. And I believe that was Burris on the receiving end of that touchdown pass. Casada?
Yep.
21, Casada, and the Smyer Bobcats have just scored.
Clausen to Casada for 54 yards. And Smyer has tied the ballgame up 6-all. And Smyer will come in and go for a 2-point conversion.
Quarterback hands off to the left side, running for the pylon, and he stretches, and he got in. 2-point conversion is good by Smyer, and with 6:17 to go in the third quarter of play, the Smyer Bobcats have cashed in on a Floydada turnover, and they lead for the first time tonight, 8-6, with 6:17 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with the Bobcats kickoff right after this timeout here on 106.1 Flip FM.
Makes Floydada a collegiate ISD with expanded dual credit courses and the opportunity to begin college classes as freshmen. Students can now earn their associate's degree from South Plains College by the time they graduate high school. And with expanded workforce certifications, Whirlwinds of the future will be well trained to face the changing job market of the 21st century. Once again, innovation is helping Floydada Collegiate ISD live up to their motto: dedication to education, committed to excellence. For more information, visit floydadaisd.esc17.net.
It's football season in Floyd County, and there's no better place to catch up on all the gridiron action than FloydCountyRecord.com. The Floyd County Record is your only source for comprehensive coverage of the Floydada Whirlwind and Lockney Longhorns. Our team works hard to bring you more local sports coverage every day than you get in an entire week elsewhere, and it's all free. Check out the record and get your football fix at FloydCountyRecord.com. That's FloydCountyRecord.com.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Nick Long and Randall Sims with you. Homecoming night at Floydada Collegiate High School, and the Smyer Bobcats have just taken the lead for the first time tonight on a 2-play, 54-yard drive, and all of it on the arm of Caleb Clausen to Gabe Casada, and a 54-yard scoring play that time by Smyer, and they converted with the extra point run. Casada kicking the ball away, and it's fielded at the 23-yard line and being brought up across the 30 to the 40 and runs into a wall there and gets to about the 41-yard line, let's say. And on the return, I think it could have been Jason Cooper.
I think you're right.
And so Floydada will start off, let's call it the 42-yard line, with 6 minutes, 7 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. A 2-point Smyer Bobcat lead now. Floydada led 6-0 since early in the first quarter on a 30-yard touchdown pass. Handoff up the middle, and Mendoza. Mendoza gets a yard, possibly a little more, as he's going to get between the 43 and 44-yard line. They'll place it at the 44, let's say a 2-yard pickup that time. 2nd down and 8, confronting the Whirlwinds. 2 wideouts to each side. And a flag on the play. Give to Mendoza around the right end. 45, fighting to the 48-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but remember, a flag came early on this play as Mendoza was trying to round the right corner. And the illegal procedure is going to be called against Floydada.
Oh, back up Floydada. Spotted at the 39-yard line. I'd like to remind everybody, stay tuned after the game, starting at 10 o'clock for Stephen and Tony on the West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show right here on this station, and a lot of affiliates throughout the West Texas area. They'll be covering how many, Alex, you know how many? Over 200, I guess? 250 high school football teams, games this evening. Stay tuned for that. There's another penalty, I believe. Was it? Yep. Before the snap. It's one of these. Doesn't that mean run the clock? I don't know.
Placed down at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Whirlwinds will operate on a 2nd and 18 according to the scoreboard. Glasscock throws across the middle, and it's caught. Trevino, 45 midfield, fumbles the ball, but I think a Floydada player has picked it up and has advanced it further and breaks out of the huddle, and he is still going. Apparently there was no whistle, and going to the end zone for Floydada, I believe is Elon Lopez, or no.
Saul Reyes.
Was it Saul Reyes?
Yep, number 12 is who.
Saul Reyes advanced it. Boy, what a play there, Randall. It covered 10 or so yards on the pass play to Trevino, and then the ball broke loose of him as he was advancing. And Saul Reyes scooped it up and went the distance. And that's going to be a 58-yard scoring play. And Floydada's regained the lead 12-8. Snap to Glasscock, throw to the right side, and it's caught for the conversion. I think that was Trevino, or was it Trevino? I can't tell by all the celebration. All that I know is the conversion is good.
45.
So it'd be Hagan Hinesley on the receiving end of that play, and Floydada has regained that. Randall, you want to take a stab at that?
I'm still trying to get this, get the last score in.
So Glasscock passed for about 10 yards to Trevino, and he probably advanced it another 5 or so, and the ball was stripped loose, and then it was Saul Reyes that took it the last 39 yards, I believe, and Floydada scored on a 54-yard play, and then Glasscock to Hinesley on the extra point pass, and now Floydada is back in front, and the Whirlwinds lead 14-8. And that was a one-play, 58-yard drive. And just before that, it was Smyer scoring on a 54-yard pass. Floydada kicks the ball away. They have a 6-point lead. On the return is Gutierrez, sat across the 25, trying to get to the 30, and is pushed out of bounds. So the Floydada Whirlwinds have now scored in each the first and the third quarters of this ball game. And the Smyer Bobcats scored their only TD here early in the second half of play. And now the Smyer Bobcats will start off 1st and 10. It will be at their own 30-yard line. Handoff, off tackle play to the left side, and the ball carrier gets 2 yards on the carry, and Bartlett was the one that made the carry. Boy, Saul Reyes has been in on some plays in this game tonight. That touchdown scooping up a fumbled ball then after the reception, but he had a great punt return earlier in this game, and he's had a couple of other significant first down plays. Give to Bartlett, and Bartlett cannot get back to the line of scrimmage for the Smyer Bobcats. Going to be stopped of about a yard loss. And Hagan Hinesley, who made that two-point conversion catch a moment ago, was the one in on the tackle that time for the Floydada Whirlwinds. Hinesley, the second leading tackler on this Floydada defense coming into this game tonight, averaging 7.5 per game. Playing at one of the outside linebackers. Floydada flip-flops their defense. Ball is snapped to Clausen. Slant pass behind the intended receiver, Northcutt, at the 40. Would have been enough for a Bobcat first down, but the pass falls incomplete. Now there's 3:15 to go in this third quarter of play. And a 4th and 9 situation confronting Smyer. You would think another punting situation for them. They have punted 4 times so far in tonight's football game. Caseta dropping back to the 20. Kicks it away. High end over end kick. Dropped by Reyes. Scoops it back up. He's at the 30. Breaks away from a tackle. 35. He's to the 40. 45. Midfield. 45. The Smyers run out of bounds inside of the Smyer 40-yard line at about the 38. Excellent punt return that time by Raul Reyes. He scooped it up at the 30 after dropping it, and he returned it 42 yards, or 32 yards, and Floydada's going to have great position, field position at Smyer's 38. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 6-point Floydada Whirlwind lead. Snap to Glasscock. Pass to the right side to Cooper. Cooper grabs away from one tackler inside of the 35 and down to the 31-yard line goes the receiver, and a flag comes in.
See what the flag is. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line.
Flag on the play.
So Jason Cooper, a junior, got about 7 or so yards on that reception from Trace Glasscock. Have any idea what the infraction could be, Randall?
No, they got the ball spotted at the 32, so it looks like it's going to be a spot of the foul penalty. Everybody's huddled up, all the officials talking about it.
Whirlwind players are asking for fan support here. And I think they're about to get additional yardage. I think unsportsmanship-like conduct against Smyer. And they're going to move it down inside of the 20 to the 17-yard line is where the Whirlwinds will have a new set of downs. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. 14-8 Floydada, and the Whirlwinds are in the red zone of the Bobcats. They have been here 3 previous occasions in this ball game besides the 2 times they scored. And a little bit of delay here in getting everybody situated, I think. Explanation being given to the Smyer coach, and now we're ready to resume action. 1st and 10 Floydada at the 17-yard line of Smyer. Give to the left side, Mendoza, and he is going to be caught behind the line and knocked off of his feet at the 20-yard line. A loss of 3 on that attempted wide run there.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 with 2:28 clock running left in the third quarter. Floydada leading 14-8. Floydada looking to add some insurance points here as the end of this ball game draws closer.
Snap to Glasscock. Looks across the middle, throws towards the end zone. It's tipped up. Almost was caught after almost being intercepted. And it falls incomplete. Now 3rd down for the Whirlwinds.
Well, dodged a bullet there as that hit the middle linebacker right in the hands. And he just dropped it.
And then it was ricocheted off, and a Floydada receiver almost got underneath it at about the 5. 3rd and 13, Floydada. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Glasscock setting up a screen to the right, and it is caught, but a loss of yardage back to the 23-yard line. Smyer had that one figured out from the start, and the Whirlwinds now are going to face a 4th down. And they'll be at the 23, so they'll be needing about 16 yards. One running back in the backfield, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. 4th down, pass to the left side, and it is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Good coverage that time by Smyer. There was one Floydada receiver out there, but there were a couple of more Smyer defenders to knock the pass down, and Floydada is going to be stopped at the 22-yard line.
Floydada had a receiver. The pass was just floated. It took too long to get there, and there was a defender there in the area. Another one converged and was able to get their hand up and swat the ball down. And instead of going for the interception, that's a smart thing to do. Knock it down, and you get better field position if you're the Smyer Bobcats.
So they get it at their 22 with 1:26 in the third quarter of play. Handoff up the middle and maybe a yard, and that's it. Floydada's defense was there to clog that up in the middle by Andres Mendoza and Isaiah Alvarado.
Gavin St. Clair gets about 2 yards on the carry, the quarterback keeper up the middle. 57 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
2nd and 8 now for the Smyer Bobcats. This time, St. Clair's the quarterback, fumbles the snap and jumps on it at the 20. And Smyer was just inches from committing another turnover in this ball game. So now they lose about 3 on that play, and 3rd down and 12 is what the scoreboard says. The clock is rolling. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Smyer is in no hurry. They may just let this clock run out and decide this in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds, clock still rolling, and we're going to the final quarter on homecoming night. And the Floydada Whirlwinds have a lead of 14-8 over the Smyer Bobcats. You're listening to Whirlwind Football on 106.1 Flip FM.
Agriculture is more than a job. It's a way of life. When your livelihood is at stake due to the markets or Mother Nature, you need a risk management strategy. Assiter Insurance Agency and Floydada can provide risk management strategies through their multi-peril, livestock, and crop hail lines. They utilize the latest technology, providing customers instant access to their policies anytime and from any turn row. If you'd like to discuss strategies to protect your operation, call Tim, Tanner, or Callie at 983-2511. Assiter Insurance, Ag Risk Specialist and Authorized Armtech Agent.
Everybody knows that regular physical activity helps contribute to healthier, longer lives. But did you know that involvement in high school sports delivers a wide array of non-physical benefits as well? People who play competitive sports in high school demonstrate more confidence, leadership, and self-respect. Student athletes manifest stronger peer relationships, higher self-esteem, and have a closer sense of family. McCoy Gin is proud to support Floydada ISD and its student athletes. McCoy Gin, ginning Floyd County cotton since 1925.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Floydada leading it over the Smyer Bobcats on homecoming night, 14-8. And boy, Randall, I mean, we have been flirting all night long. 4 times that we've gotten down inside of the red zone. Twice we have scored. I mean, 4 times we came away empty-handed. Now it's 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats to start the 4th quarter at their 20. Pass across the middle, and it is caught at the 26 and brought down at the 27-yard line. And a second down, or will be a 4th down situation now coming for Smyer. A gain of about 5 or 6 on that last pass completion across the middle for the Bobcats. And now 4th down, confronting Smyer. From Floydada, from the Bobcats, 28-yard line. 3 wideouts to the right side for Smyer. Snap to the quarterback. Class across the middle, and it's incomplete as Casada tried to make a one-handed stab, and the ball is going to go over on downs, and Floydada, with a 14-8 lead, is going to have superb field position, Randall, at their own, or at Smyer's 28-yard line.
And give Smyer credit for making a gutsy call on 4th and 5 deep on their end of the end zone, or end of the field. They had a wide open play. The receiver, the quarterback just missed the receiver.
Here's a give up the middle, and it is Mendoza across the 25-20, inside of the 15 and down to the 12-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats goes junior running back Andres Mendoza, and a 1st down run that covers about 16 yards that time. And the chains will move on the far side, and Floydada is back in the red zone. 10 minutes, 53 seconds left in this 4th quarter of play. Glasscock again to Mendoza inside of the 10 and fights his way near the 8-yard line of the Bobcats. Randall, when you get a chance, I'd like to hear some of the production numbers that Andres Mendoza, I remember you saying he had 65 yards rushing at halftime.
Well, he's got 90 right now.
So Floydada with a 2nd down and 5 situation near the 8-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats. And again, Mendoza inside of the 5, and he fights down near the 3-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, very close to a 1st and goal, and I think it's going to be short by less than a yard. Well, they'll place it right on the 4, so it will be a full yard needed on this 3rd down situation. So the Whirlwinds can make a 1st down without scoring. They lead 14-8, 9:40 to go in this 4th quarter of play. Glasscock gives it to Mendoza going left, and he's into the end zone. Lunges in. Touchdown. And Floydada has now taken their biggest lead of the game. It's 20-8 with the extra point still to come.
9:29 left to play in the ball game here in the 4th quarter. Floydada with the biggest lead of the game, and the first 20 points they've scored this year all coming in this ball game.
That is correct. All of their points. So they come to the line of scrimmage to go for 2. 1 running back. Snap to Glasscock, rolling to his left. He throws, and in the corner, it is incomplete. The pass fails, but Floydada does have the touchdown. 9:29 to go in the game. And the Floydada Whirlwinds now own a 20-8 lead over the Smyer Bobcats. We'll be back right after this timeout on Flip FM.
This means a lot of things. Here at Happy State Bank, we think it can be summed up with one word: community. With roots dating back to 1908 in Happy, Texas, we've grown to 60 locations from the Panhandle to the South Plains, the Hill Country, Dallas-Fort Worth, and in between. You'll find us doing what we do best, serving our communities. With financial offerings you expect, with genuine, know-you-by-name service that leaves our customers smiling. From community to community. Learn more about us at happybank.com, member FDIC.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Call us today at 983-3777 to see if you qualify to save up to 40% on your auto insurance.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium in Floydada, and the Floydada Whirlwinds on homecoming night have a 20-8 lead over the Smyer Bobcats. And Randall, Floydada cashed in after stopping them on downs and got the excellent field position, and that's one of the most positive things this ball club has had happen this year to them, that they cashed in on a situation when the momentum went to them.
Yeah, and Smyer, they were rolling the dice as there's going to be extended time here. It looks like somebody may have taken a timeout here. I'm not sure. As both teams go back, but Smyer had the ball deep on their own end of the field, had a 4th and 5 situation, decided to go for it, had a receiver right over the middle of the field wide open, and just overthrew it. And Floydada was fortunate that wasn't complete, because that would have been a first down. They get the ball then and just drive down the field on runs and end up putting it in the end zone. And that's what the Whirlwinds have needed to do, is capitalize on situations that go their way, and they have not done it so far until tonight. And congratulations on the Whirlwinds for finding something that works. They've had, we talked about they needed to find some positives, some big good things happen, and they've had that happen to them on homecoming tonight against the Smyer Bobcats.
They have scored in each of the 3 of the 4 quarters in this ball game. In the first quarter, it was a 30-yard pass from Glasscock to Andres Mendoza. Then in the third quarter, Glasscock, about a 10-yard pass to Trevino. He had it stripped away, and it was taken 45 yards the rest of the way by Saul Reyes. And on the kickoff, a live ball down at the 24-yard line. And this is deja vu of the season opener. When this happened to the Whirlwinds, Smyer never did get it picked up, and a very alert Floydada Whirlwind jumped on it at the 24-yard line, Randall. And Floydada has got another great opportunity here.
As Floydada is just capitalizing on the misfortunes of Smyer. They will have it on about the 24-yard line.
That is the 6th turnover by the Bobcats tonight, and Floydada leading 20-8. Glasscock drops back, throws across the middle. It's incomplete at the 12-yard line, as he was looking, I think, for Saul Reyes, who's kind of been that was Aiden Trevino was the intended receiver, and it falls incomplete. 9 minutes, 23 seconds left here in this third game of the year. Homecoming night at Floydada. 2 receivers wide on each side of the field for the Whirlwinds. At the Bobcats, 24. Glasscock to Mendoza. He's met at the line of scrimmage, no go. He is going to be stopped for no gain on that play. And now third down is coming for the Whirlwinds. Ball will be at about the 24.5-yard line. Clock ticking down to 9 minutes left here in this ball game. See what the Whirlwinds can do on a 3rd and 10 right here. Snap to Glasscock. Looking left, throwing deep, and it is incomplete. So now it brings up fourth down. That one was into the end zone just barely, but Smyer had it covered adequately enough, and it falls incomplete. And now it is 4th and 10 for Floydada. 8 minutes, 45 seconds left in this fourth quarter of play. Whirlwinds owning a 20-8 lead.
Floydada looking to add insurance. They've had a lot of things go right tonight, but they still have things they can work on. Turnovers being a factor tonight for the Whirlwinds. Missed passes, also something they can improve on. Is a timeout called by the Whirlwinds. We'll take a quick one with them and be back here in just a moment. You're listening to Floyd High School Football 106.1 Flip FM.
Seasons change and so should your oil. Pick up Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil, 5-quart jug, $28.99. Stock up on diesel exhaust fluid, Blue Def, $12.49. And Peak Full Strength Concentrate, Universal Antifreeze and Coolant, $12.99 a gallon. Get 50/50 pre-diluted for $9.99 a gallon. And Scott Shop Towels, $2.79 a roll at Napa in Floydada.
Floydada leads 20-8 over the Smyer Bobcats and trying to get their first win of this 2021 season here on homecoming night. 8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. And Floydada facing a 4th and 10 situation near the 24-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats. Alvarado is the quarterback. Takes the snap. Quarterback draw. Cuts out to the right. The 20. The 15 breaks a tackle to the 10. He may have got the first down as he is down to about the 8-yard line. And that should be enough. And the chains will move across the way. 1st and goal for the Floydada Whirlwinds. And Alvarado easily was going to have about a 5-yard run, but he was able to get out of the pressure on that far sideline and move it on further down to the 8. Now the Whirlwinds are in a 1st and goal situation. 8:08 to go in the game and a 12-point advantage. Snap to Glasscock. Give to Mendoza to the 5, to the end zone. He's in untouched. And the Floydada Whirlwinds have tacked on another TD.
Comes with 7:57 to play here in the third. 26-8 the score. And Floydada, I was concerned coming into this game and looking at the rest of the schedule. It had been, Floydada's only had one winless season in 105 seasons, and that came in 1984. And Floydada tonight is going to secure that won't happen this year, as they will have their first victory of the season.
So Andres Mendoza gets his second TD. They give the ball to him, and he runs it in for the extra point. And the Floydada Whirlwinds now have a 28-8 lead here on homecoming night. And Andres Mendoza scoring on an 8-yard run, and then he added the extra point attempt. So, Randall, as when we come back, we'll check in on the numbers of Andres Mendoza, as Floydada has now opened up a 3-touchdown advantage of 20-8. We'll be back with the Whirlwinds kickoff right after this timeout on 106.1 Flip FM.
What's new at TQ? Check this out. The one and only Bacon Ranch Hunger Buster, now for a limited time. For you ranch fanatics, it's your new number one. Pepper Jack lovers, we've got you covered. Add in the crispy bacon that everyone craves, and you've got a flavor combo only DQ can deliver. Oh, and for your sweet tooth, a blizzard of the month. That's too good to miss.
DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
Back back here at Charles Tyer Stadium. 7 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the game. And Floydada is beginning to smell victory here on homecoming night with a 28-8 lead. A short kick. It is fielded at the 30 by Haywood for Smyer. Out across the 40, midfield to the 40 of Floydada, and gets down near the 37-yard line on a good kickoff return. And after a short kick, and the Smyer Bobcats will have probably the best field, near the second best field position they have had in this ball game tonight. Starting off at Floydada's 39-yard line with 7:48 to go in this contest. A 20-point Floydada lead. Clausen pass to the left side, caught by Northcutt, and he steps out of bounds inside of the 35-yard line. So a gain of about 4 or 5 on that reception. Randall, what do the numbers look like on Andres Mendoza so far?
He's pretty much all of Floydada tonight. He's got 111 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 40 yards receiving, and a touchdown. So very good night for Mendoza.
Second down at about 6. Pass to the right side. Caught Quesada to the 35, to the 33. It's going to be short of a Bobcat first down. Aiden Trevino was over here on the near sideline, and Jason Cooper and company. And now third down situation coming up for the Smyer Bobcats. 7 minutes, 16 seconds left here on the clock. And a third down confronting the Bobcats. They'll need 4 here at Floydada's 33-yard line. Snap to the quarterback. Pass to Northcutt. Reverses field. Does not get the first down as he's drugged out from behind at the 31-yard line. I think Davian Ramos was one of the defenders over there that got to him. And now it's fourth down and short for Smyer. They'll need 2. They're at Floydada's 31-yard line. Clock rolling. 6.5 minutes left in this football game with a 28-8 Floydada Whirlwind lead. Gibb on the right side. The running back to the 30. Got the first down. Pushed out of bounds near the 27-yard line. And that ball carrier was Gutierrez, who picked up the first down for the Smyer Bobcats. They'll place it down at Floydada's 27-yard line. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left in this one.
Floydada going to try to keep Smyer out of the end zone here.
New set of downs for the Bobcats, and a snap gets away from the quarterback, and a flag comes in. So, see what this flag is all about. It was a snap that got away from the quarterback, and 5 yards stepped off against the Smyer Bobcats. They'll place it down at the 36-yard line of Floydada, and that's where the Bobcats will have a 1st and 14 situation.
1st and 15 at the 31 for Smyer.
Snap to the quarterback, fake to Gutierrez, rolling to the right, Clausen throws. Is it intercepted? I believe it was.
Nope, out of bounds.
Almost coming up with the turnover there, I think was Alvarez, or no, that was Rocha, Donovan Rocha, but he stepped out of bounds, and it will be an incomplete pass. So now it's 2nd and 15 for the Smyer Bobcats.
Stadium announcer gave the breakup and, well, the catch out of bounds to Alvarado. So good play by Alvarado defensively.
Snap to the quarterback, pass to the left side, incomplete. Looking for Northcutt, and it falls incomplete. And now third down, we'll be confronting the Smyer Bobcats. See what they will do in this situation. They're at Floydada's 31-yard line. Clausen will be the quarterback. One of two sophomores. Quarterback draw. 30, 25. He is down, denied of the 20-yard line, and will be short of a Smyer first down by a few yards. At the 21-yard line is where he was tackled. And now the scoreboard says 4th and 4. With 5:37 to go here in the ball game, and a 28-8 Whirlwind lead. Smyer, of course, in 4-down territory, and they're going for it right here at Floydada's 21. Clausen rolling right, looking, throws, incomplete. The intended receiver was Haywood at the 15. It would have been enough had he gotten it to him, but it falls incomplete.
If he would just run with the ball, I think he would have got the first down instead of trying to pass it. I think he had the room in front of him, but chose to pass it. When you're on the run, it's hard to make an accurate pass, and he threw it at the feet of his receiver and turns the ball over. Play will have the ball with 5:14 left to play on their own 21-yard line. 28-8 the score. Sorry, let me throw that in there. So
you bet.
People are
an important number right now. Just over 5 minutes left here in the game. Give to Mendoza, who has over 100 yards rushing tonight and is factored in on 3 touchdowns in this game. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, about a 4-yard gain there on first down. Now for sure what's on Floydada's mind is making a couple of first downs if at all possible and just chewing out the clock. They've got a comfortable lead, but would like to close this thing out in a positive manner. 4:35 to go. 2nd and 5 for Floydada outside of their 25. And they give to Mendoza, and he gets to the line, and that's it. No gain on the play.
4:20 left to play in the ball game. 28-0 Floydada lead as Floydada just going to let the clock run and run. Something Dallas should have done last night instead of calling a timeout with a minute something left to play.
Well, the Whirlwinds very much needed this type of ball game tonight. And a lot of good have come out of game number 3 here for the Whirlwinds. Glasscock dropping back, throws to the right, and it's caught at the 38, recrossing the 40, crossing midfield, 45-yard line of the Smyer Bobcats, and on the receiving end was Saul Reyes.
And that was all Saul Reyes. That pass was thrown behind him, and he turned, pirouetted in the air, caught the ball as he was spinning around and made a circus catch, was able to keep his feet and run for a big gain, crossing midfield down to the 44. That was a great effort by Reyes.
So the Whirlwinds, another first down with 3:25 to go in the football game, and they're back in Smyer Bobcat territory. Snap to Glasscock, gives the ball off to Mendoza, coming around the left side to the 40, sidesteps a defender, but not the next, as Ben Steele puts a big hit on him at the 38-yard line of the Bobcats. Gained nearly 6 on that carry. down to the 38-yard line. And the clock continues to roll here at Charles Tyer Stadium with 2:42 to go in the game. Whirlwinds will be back at home next Friday when the new home Leopards come here. Second down for the Whirlwinds. They'll need 4, 2:28 to go here in the game. They're in Smyer's into the field at the 38-yard line. And a whistle.
Delay game.
This play is going to be stopped.
Delay a game against Floydada. 5-yard penalty.
And they'll place it down at the 43-yard line. .205 to go in the game. Give to Mendoza, straight up the middle, 40. He's down to the 30, breaks loose, 20. He's to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, 43 yards for Andres Mendoza.
1:53 left to play in the ball game. Mendoza crosses the goal line for the 4th time tonight. Gives Floydada. Oh, and he is still down on the field. We'll take a quick wait just a second. We want to take a quick break.
So Mendoza is down on the field after scoring the touchdown on a 43-yard burst.
And he's back up.
And now he is up, and a good sight for Floydada Whirlwind fans, as Floydada has just extended their lead to 34-8, and he's walking down the near sideline on his own power. He's been quite the workhorse tonight. That's got him, over 150 yards of rushing individually.
And I would be shocked to see him back in the ball game after that.
Probably not. So Floydada with now a 34-8 lead will try the extra point of 2. And they give to Lopez, the running back, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and the run attempt fails. So there is a timeout on the field, and Floydada is less than 2 minutes away from getting a win on homecoming night as they lead the Smyer Bobcats 34-8. We'll have the Whirlwinds kickoff right after this timeout on 106.1 Flip FM.
Farming, you know that timing is critical to help your crop meet its maximum potential. From planting date to irrigation to timely application of your crop protection products, even a day can make a difference. With a fleet of 3 planes, Probasco Flying Service in Floydada is the first place to call for efficient, timely aerial application of your farm chemicals. For more than 30 years, Probasco Flying Service has served the farmers and ranchers of Floyd and the surrounding counties, and they look forward to continuing that service for another 30 years. Call Probasco Flying Service at 983-2314.
Back here at Charles Tyer Stadium, Nick Long and Randall Sims with you. 1 minute, 53 seconds left here in this ball game. And J.R. Compton is less than 2 minutes away from getting his first win as the Floydada head football coach. And it's been an exciting, spirited week in Floydada with homecoming, and the people in the Booster Club and many officials of the FCISD did a great job of the spirit-related activities held throughout this week. Without a doubt, Floydada's is painted up as much as I've just about ever seen this community, with whirlwinds and green helmets and go ins and all of that painted on business windows throughout the town. Approaching the ball, high end over end kick, fielded at the 22-yard line. Brings it out across the 30. to the 40. And Gutierrez, I think, was on the return that time for the Smyer Bobcats and gets it back out to about the 37-yard line. And that's where Smyer will have the football with 1 minute and 45 seconds left here in this game. Well, Randall, I would say this pretty much is what the doctor prescribed, don't you?
Well, Floydada needed a victory, and they caught Smyer on a. Smyer is kind of down so far this year, and this is perfect time to come to Floydada, and Floydada needed it. As Smyer with the ball, that's Gutierrez with the run. He'll turn it upfield and get about 2 yards on the carry.
So the ball after the 40-yard line, and that's where Smyer will operate. Floydada, a team that just has had some opportunities in the previous 2 games but could not cash in, and turnovers was the main culprit. And tonight they've been able to win that battle. It's not that they have been perfect, because they have had 3 turnovers tonight, but Smyer has had 6. And Floydada has capitalized off of about 3 of those. Handoff up the middle, Gutierrez, and he slammed to the turf at the 39-yard line. Strong tackle made in there for Floydada by No De Los Santos. 3rd down and 9 needed. Clock rolling. 33 seconds left in this ball game. And it's been a special night at Tyer Stadium.
Smyer.
Clarissa De La Fuente was named the homecoming queen at halftime. Snap. And St. Clair puts it up high and arcing, and it's out of bounds at the 45 of Floydada with 8 seconds left.
Not sure what the thought was on running a pass play. It looked like they were trying to just run one more play. Well, an incomplete pass stops the clock, so they will have to run another one with 4th down here. 4th and 9 with 8 seconds left.
Well, now the Whirlwinds are all hugging each other up on the field and enjoying what they have experienced here on homecoming night. Give on the right side, and the ball carrier gets to the 40, and that's going to be it. 1 second, all zeros, and it's all over. And the Floydada Whirlwinds have defeated the Smyer Bobcats 34-8 on homecoming night. And the Whirlwinds are in the win column for the first time in 2021. We'll be back. We'll look at the post-game numbers of this one, as Floydada is the winner tonight over Smyer here on 106.1 Flip FM.